What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Hey, let me understand y'all something real quick, man. A lot of talk goes around about black culture and what we got to do, what we need to do, what we should have did, what we used to do. Um, I got to bring us to a sobering realization for those who might not know. Um, we've never owned our culture. Never. There's never been a time that we owned it from a business point of view. Because I know some people are gonna say, "Well, nah, man, there was a time where we were locked into our culture and we had a grip on it and we understood and I get that. That's how the culture became the culture in the first place. But when we're talking about from a business standpoint, when you go into this music industry and you see how the culture has been hijacked, it's been watered down, it's been manipulated, it's been um, rewritten in certain ways. It's been stripped. The rightful creators and owners of it have been stripped of that title and that credit, and it's been whitewashed in a lot of ways. No, we don't. We've never had control of this thing from the moment we decided that we wanted to enter into an industry that was dominated and ruled and owned by somebody else. When I say dominated, I don't mean from a talent standpoint. I mean dominated from a control standpoint. So when I hear people talking about um, how it used to be, look, man, bro, I wouldn't care if it was the 80s, and I can go back further than that. I wouldn't care if it was the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whenever you can speak of, as long as there's been an industry, black people have never been in a position of power. We've been at the forefront of talent. We've always been the one who had the generational life altering ability to produce and generate revenue for the machine, but the machine runs the show. The house runs the show. The house always wins, like they say in the gambling circus. So when you look at a record label, when you look at an entertainment company, when you look at managers, agents, accountants, attorneys, in some cases, because sometimes your attorney ain't even your attorney if you hire the wrong attorney. All of these titles that I just named, they operate on a string. They are a network. The label will provide you each one of those components, and each one of those components um, serve the label. They all in it together in a lot of cases. So the control and the ownership of the culture doesn't stop with how uh, great the music was 40 years ago or 30 years ago. It doesn't stop with um, even our consciousness that we injected into the music 25, 30, 40 years ago. It doesn't stop there. All of those things are foundational pieces, things that shape the culture, things that are the seeds that are planted that grew the culture, the greatness of it that attracts and attracted people to it, to make people that were outside of the culture want to participate in it, want to do what we do. But once this thing became business, once this thing became about money, we made the mistake of not growing from that aspect. The talent is always going to be the talent. But somewhere down the line, we allowed somebody else, the culture vultures as they like to call them, we allowed them to come in and say, nah, man, I got that part. Don't worry about that, man. You just sing. You just dance. You just rap. We got that part. We'll take care of that part. You just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on pumping out them songs. By the way, sign this. Just sign right here. Just a basic standard agreement. And as a result, we've seen so many of our great artists dating back 100 years um, that get just basically just robbed of their earnings, and in a lot of cases they die broke. So I don't really concern myself with how amazing the culture was, because it's still that. The culture's still amazing. I concern myself with the fact that however we think about it from a creative standpoint in the current time, I'm still upset that we never caught up and never locked in as a collective on the business side. The business side don't always mean understanding the contract and being able to negotiate proper percentages and things of that nature, fairness and all. No, that's cool, but that's still the baby level. The business side represents not even having to sign a contract because it's all yours in the first place. It's yours. Keep them out. That's the part. Because what fun is it to be famous? What fun is it for everybody to know your music, know your songs, and and love everything you do, and you're shaping culture, but you're broke. Well, it shouldn't be all about the money. No, it shouldn't be all about the money. But if money is being generated off of what you create, you should be the majority beneficiary of that. All right, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all subscribe to the channel, man, and leave a comment and hit that like and make sure y'all got your notifications on, man. This thing has never been ours, only from an artistic side. All right, peace.